feels like I have golf balls in my throat. Doc, it burns when I pee. Is this the virus? Is this gonna take us out? I can't tell anymore. Everyone's going crazy. Everyone stole my toilet paper. It was in my house. I tried to keep it under lock and key, but they keep taking it from me. They keep taking all my health. Good thing I'm young and virile, or else this thing would really get me. Coronavirus. Here we go. So I'm Dan.
And I'm Nick, folks.
We're old friends dissecting one topic at a time. People, technology, media, we've got it all covered.
Each discussion here is a deep dive into our unique perspective. The taboo, forbidden subjects, they're all on the chopping block, baby. We don't pander to popular opinion. We might even get a little bit dirty.
Warning, this podcast may contain mature language and sexual content, and is for infotainment purposes only.
So join us. Have a good time.
Open up your ear holes, because we're going to fondle your follicles. Ooh, that's loud. I tried to... Oh, man. I apologize. Again. Oh, for the third time. Third apologies. Alright, and we're back. And, I'm Dan, of the UnP.
I'm Nick, folks, and that's, of the UnP.
Yeah, that's Nick.
I feel so sluggish.
Yeah, I'm actually sick. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, he is sick. I was faking it.
Yeah, I'm feverish.
They didn't
sweaty.
know. They couldn't tell.
I was sniffling slightly earlier. My eyes were a little scratchy, and so was my throat. I didn't have any of the... Well, maybe. Wait a second.
Boy.
I didn't check my cue card here. What are the symptoms of coronavirus? And this is a serious thing, but...
Let's get into it.
Let's do it lightly. Serious, but light. Light seriousness.
Let's talk about it seriously, but lightly. But seriously. Lightly, though. But seriously.
People are dying.
But lightly.
They're pretty old. Fever? Oh, shit. Cough. I wasn't coughing. Shortness of breath. Now I feel good. That's the only 3.
Really?
Yeah. 2 to 14 days after exposure.
That's crazy to me that it's that long. So, what we're talking about today, because it's on everybody's mind, it's the hot topic, it's sweeping the nation. I literally, about 10 minutes before we did the episode, got an email from my bank
saying,
Chase,
we got you. Don't worry.
We have you. Don't worry about the Corona-9 virus. You can online bank from home. Thanks, bank. But everyone seems to be addressing it. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone is affected by it. Everyone is kind of getting their heckles up about it. You can Google that one. It's called heckles, folks. And I don't mean the guy at the hockey rink who's giving the ref a hard time.
Oh, that shitty laugh of yours.
That's a heckler. That's not a real laugh, obviously.
It's a heckling laugh.
It is. It kind of is a heckling laugh. Nice one, referee. That's a good one. I love that call. Check your voicemail because you're missing a lot of calls. Get off your knees. You're blowing the game.
Yep.
Those kind of things.
Yes.
Love heckling.
Lovely.
Anyway, no, this is more dangerous than heckling. This is a virus that's started in, Wuhan market? Wuhan? I said it backwards. Yeah. China. And is now spread over the globe, and every time I turn on my TV, there's an update on how many people in my county have it. And that's kind of
made it that
weird.
Far.
Yeah, I got some Montgomery County folks. There's 2 of them. Wait, did they... Oh, I didn't realize this. We might have different news feeds and stuff.
Possibly.
Because you're Texas, and I'm PA.
Yeah.
They shut down Westchester University. No more going to class. You're going to take all your classes online from now on.
Do you want to start?
There's 3 other schools. I don't know. But... No. But... They, it's just weird. Like 3 or 4 schools have done this proactively. And there's other schools talking about it now, and like universities are doing it.
Yeah.
They just announced today March Madness.
No audience.
Correct.
Yeah, it's insane.
I've never seen a major league sporting event done in an arena that didn't have
silent. Or you
fans
hear
in
the
it.
squeaking of the shoes. Squeak, 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 squeak.
What's going to be nuts is like the announcer's going to be like, "Oh, he hits a dagger of a 3," and there's just going to be the squeak and like them going,
And they'll have
but no audience.
they'll
Like
be 6 feet apart, so they won't be able to like have conversation.
That's just so weird. I've never seen it. I'm actually really curious to see a sporting event in an arena with no people.
As
I
a
think.
side note, we record our
Mhm.
episodes about 6 months in advance, so
Jesus, come on, dude. We
I'm
can
not gonna
release this one a
preempt this
little
one.
early.
That takes work of about 5 minutes, which I'm not
Uh,
about to spend.
we could do that for this one, I think.
I already released. No, too late.
Well, if you're seeing this in 2022 and the entire population is dwindled to nothing because of the virus and we're having a good time,
Yeah,
don't mind us.
yeah,
Now, if it's gone the other way and everyone kind of like laughs and they make a joke about it, like,
yeah.
oh, it's like coronavirus, only like 100 people died. Even though I think our death toll's up to 1,100?
4,000.
Is it? Or is it 1,100 in the US?
Oh,
4,000 worldwide?
Let me get the official stat as of today.
It doesn't matter. It's going to release in 6 months, but
As of today,
Mm-hmm.
almost Pi Day, there are 126,000 cases that are confirmed, and there are 4,600 deaths. In the U.S., which our rate is actually exponential at the moment of cases. I guess that's for everything outside of China. I don't know what China did to prevent all this mayhem and havoc. But I'm trying to find cases. I think we're up to like almost 100 deaths. Where the hell is that click? Give me the click. Give me the click.
Okay. Give them the click.
Yeah, I found it.
It's
Okay, we
crazy.
actually only have 38 deaths, but we have
Okay,
1,300 cases.
Okay.
But it grew by like 300 overnight, so that it's happening.
Skews your numbers.
It
Yeah,
cannot
it's
be
going to happen.
prevented.
No, at this point, I don't think it can. I mean, I don't know where to go next.
Let's go back.
Go back.
To
Go
the
back.
beginning. How did this all start, Nick?
I actually saw a special. Did you watch the
Oh.
special I sent you?
Yeah, with SARS in it. How does this all come from
Yes.
China?
So the wet markets. Is that what
Yeah,
they're
they
referred
call
to
them
as?
wet markets, even though they might be
Dry.
black markets.
I think it's wet, because
and
like,
black. Black
no,
and
I think
wet.
it's wet because the food is fresh, like it's alive.
It's
When
dripping.
you buy it, it's dead by the time you take it home.
Okay.
So you go to these markets and they have exotic meats, flowers, like everything that you would want to buy for food or health. Like, you know what I mean? Like rhinoceros horn. You can buy certain flowers that you can only find
It's
growing
a
somewhere. Certain
cornucopia
mushrooms.
of grotesque
Oh yeah.
richness. It's
Even
absurd.
if it's not grotesque, I mean, the thing that makes it grotesque is the conditions that it's all piled
Yes.
in. So
That's-
it's all these markets. I don't know what kind of permits you need. I don't know what kind of rules there are. It's essentially just you bring all of your animals, all of your plants, you stack them in cages on top of one another vertically, because that's going to save the most space, and
Sure.
you're going to chop them up anyway. I don't think you need to be humane to them the day that you're going to chop them up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not for that, but I understand the logic there. The problem therein is that all these animals stacked on top of each other are shitting, puking. Some of them are sick. Some of them are already dying. Some are being cut up. Some are pus.
Eating.
Some are
Yeah.
some are pissing all over and shitting.
Every bodily fluid known to man.
Every fluid you can think of, and they're all just channeling down, make a nice waterfall. The thing is,
Celebrity
Animals have
challenge. No.
the animal pus piss blood challenge.
That sounds like a Joe Rogan challenge.
Kind of does.
Fear factor.
Yeah, a little bit much for us.
Yeah.
All that stuff is trickling down, mixing together, sitting in cages. It's really hot day, you know what I mean? It's
Ugh.
baking in the sun. Ooh, it's got to smell great back there. Anyway, animals have viruses, just like we do. Some are transferable. I think most aren't, correct? Most viruses you can't get. I can't get a dog virus. There's probably a couple you can, but for the most part, no.
It depends. Yeah.
Right, varies virus to virus. Well, with all of these beautiful animals, what was the one animal? The
Pangolin.
pangolin. Ah, I love. If you
It's
see
like
a pangolin,
Anteater that's kind of like has like a shell.
armadillo,
To it. Yeah, armadillo.
anteater meets an armadillo, kind of.
Yeah.
And someone said it best when I saw a tweet that was like a pangolin always looks like it's about to give the emperor bad news, and they're always like timid and with their hands like this and being like this and like they look like so innocent, but they're on the bad guy side and they're going to give bad news to the emperor.
That's
Sir, the prisoners have escaped. What? So now if you look up a pangolin, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, this is like a hot animal out there.
wow.
Rhinoceros horn, all these things. The craziest part is it's not always to be eaten. These animals are like coveted for their sexual prowess or their healing nature, or they'll cure cancer, stuff like that. Like people will believe it and buy it, and it's very rare. Problem is when you mix viruses and bacteria and all this weird stuff, I mean they do bond together. They form hybrids. There's hybrid viruses. Where else are they going to form but right there? And when you hybrid a virus that's so weird and twisted and something that's so alien to the human body, you're looking up pangolins?
Yeah, their scales are made of keratin, the same material that makes up fingernails, hair, and horn.
Interesting.
But
No wonder they're so coveted.
Yeah, no proven medicinal value. Yeah.
Of course, no, none of this
Traditional
does.
Chinese
Yeah.
medicine helps. States that they help with ailments ranging from lactation difficulties to arthritis.
Yeah, I can't get milk out my booby. Let me get this pangolin.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, all of these things are mixing. It's a petri dish of nasty, gross, unkempt things that are just bleeding, oozing, pooping, and sweating everywhere. And these, guess what? When you buy the meat, when you transfer the meat, when it's getting put in a bag, when things are getting chopped up, like humans touch a lot of this stuff. And they're not doing the best of conditions because guess what? We're in the wet market. We're just trying to move this stuff quick,
Trying
make
to
a sale,
survive.
move on. Yep. So when humans touch this and get it, well, once in a rare while, you form this super virus that A, we can get, and B, has never seen the human system before. Like our antibodies haven't seen anything like it because it's essentially designed for animals. You know what I mean? It's just new, I think, more so than dangerous.
So this is the origin of the virus, right? Or so we're told.
A lot.
There's
Sure. Now, did they say SARS too?
So I don't know. I think they said SARS started in a market just
Yeah.
like this. So like
Yep.
China supported these markets because they couldn't support their own people because they couldn't feed themselves using the
Now we're talking
government
about politics.
supply of food.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the
Communism.
government then stirred up all these black markets so that they could feed themselves, and it got exotic because it's monetarily driven. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, just do every animal. Let's just like keep them all here in one spot so that they can
Right.
all fester. So
So it's
that's
political money driven.
yeah, that's the historical part. Now
Sure.
the fictitious part are the parts that sound fictitious. Have you heard the theories?
Now I'd love to hear a couple.
So they say that there's like a biological weapons like facility near the market, and they
So
like
they shot someone to see what would happen, type thing,
yeah,
or
maybe.
injected them or whatever.
or they
Well, it's
test
crazy
on
'cause-
animals and they lost an animal.
Oh, see, all these things are plausible. I wouldn't say that's impossible and
you'd never
scream
hear
and
it.
pound my fist. Wouldn't it eventually? How do you fall into conspiracy theories and stuff like that? The reason I think most of them don't hold water is just for the sake of humans talk, humans screw up, humans constantly leave like I hear a story all the time about a man is cheating on his girlfriend and he left his cell phone on while he was having sex with the girl he was cheating with. And it recorded it and sent it to his girlfriend. Like stuff like that happens all the time. So the thought
time.
that someone could keep
It just keeps happening to me over and over and over again. I don't understand it.
happens to so many people. I never get it. Like
Yeah.
dumb. You look up the story "dumb criminals" or, I can't believe on Reddit or like all these f ups. You're telling me that conspiracy theorists, those people are the ones that have a tight lip and don't have anyone at work who hates the other person and wants to like throw shade at them or like will gossip or release. They'll probably post it on Facebook for Christ's sake. People post their murders on Facebook and then
Do
be
you think
like,
the Chinese
"Oh,
are doing this though?
yeah,
A,
oh, 100%."
A, do you think? Well, I guess there's like three parts to this. Is that A, do you think other countries are developing biological viruses to fight other countries?
I think it's possible. Yeah, 100%. Would I think
so.
the Chinese are involved in that? Yeah.
Yeah, probably. if you were a Chinese citizen and the government was authoritarian, and
Authoritarian?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and they were probably going to kill you if you spilled the word, and you accidentally infected yourself with their virus, what would you do? Would you be like, oh, my glove's fine. I just need a new glove.
Here's the weird part. Yeah. Oh, the glove thing. Like, was there a guy or a
It doesn't
woman
fit. I swear.
was there a guy or girl that was working on mercury or something, and the glove had a tiny hole in it, and it got into their glove, and then it got into their system, and they just didn't say anything because it would have gotten them in trouble for some reason.
What is?
Anyway, similar idea. Just what do you do at that point? Glove doesn't work. You feel a puncture. You're just working with some crazy new
You
biological
go for your
weapon.
local holistic cure. Pangolin scales.
If you work in biological testing center, I don't think you're going for pangolin.
What if you're testing on pangolins?
Maybe.
Maybe. Some weird.
Yeah, they're too cute. I couldn't do it.
We've got bad news. The whole world is going to die.
Got bad news. And I wouldn't even put it against those conspiracy theories eventually turning out to be true. What I think is that eventually, I think 99% of conspiracies or things do come to light,
Yeah.
and that the world isn't as cool or conspiratorial as we think. Because there's too many moving parts for it all to work. Just because logically one part of it would fail and expose it. It would have to all be a greased wheel that constantly works and constantly keeps working over time, unless everyone involved died and didn't have journals and didn't have family members that knew.
I love all the possibilities though, because like going down like one thought of like maybe it was intentional. Like, what do you do? Like, what would they do? Like, another theory was that like maybe they had like two viruses weaponized, and like in order to protect their own people, they released the weaker one because they knew the other one would devastate the world if they like their own people weren't immune to it.
Is it a little bit like Bellerophon and what's Mission Impossible 2? Chimera?
Is it? Is this the exact? Is this the plot?
Similar. The one is a more of a cure, and the other one is a virus. They manufacture both in house, and then the disease escapes, but they're not ready to mass produce and sell the cure. So I think Tom Cruise has to go in and get it, essentially.
Interesting.
But that's a similar idea. Yeah, absolutely, it could be manufactured. I also think, don't you think a manufactured disease would show up as manufactured?
I have no idea. I don't know that you manufacture.
Like,
I think you just
if you
like go
study
through
a virus
genetic iterations until it like shows up. It's an anomaly, but it's a natural anomaly.
Okay, that would make sense because people who study viruses for a living, a ton of them have gotten their eyes on this at this point. They would have looked at this and said, "Good God, James, get in here! I've never seen anything like it." You know what I mean? And I haven't heard any of those stories or anything.
So that's like another element. So
Uh-oh.
China had this thing break out, and it went parabolic on them, and they shut everything down. Everyone was wearing masks and full body suits, and everyone was contained. They had something like 50,000 cases like a month ago, and everyone in the world was just like,
it was 50,000 a month ago?
let me get the exact number before I start bullshitting.
Because I mean, regardless of whether it's 50 or 38 or 69 or whatever, it's just crazy that I'm thinking it was like a few thousand max. But if it was that many and they were almost, there's a Mr. Bean lookalike who's trapped in some of these cities that's like spreading propaganda like, oh, the Chinese government's doing great, oh, doing the faces and all. You can
Is this a real thing?
Yeah, I swear to God, I just saw this yesterday. I think that's what he's known for. He's a Mr. Bean impersonator. He's not impersonating Mr. Bean. That's like his career.
So the crazy thing is that a month ago there were 45,000 cases.
Holy shit!
And
that's
like
insane.
The world was just like, okay, it's in China. Like, this is.
You said it so well. Okay, this is like it's in China, right? Okay.
I mean, what percentage? Like, there's so many people in China, blah blah blah. So we're so ignorant to what happens outside of our scope that
especially Americans, though.
Especially Americans, and it even happens like Trump was our president, and he literally, like, the scientist, all Trump wants to do right now is bump up the stock market. Just keep pumping it. So, like, I'm a great president. The stock market's doing great. Like, this thing is, like, going to destroy the stock market. It's just obliterating it. And his reaction, like, when one of the chief scientists, I think it was, like, the head of the CDC, said, like,
probably,
yeah, it's not if this thing comes to us, it's when and how we contain it. And Trump was like, I don't care about you anymore. Like, so he just, like, silenced him. And he said, like, oh, it's like, we got like 100 cases. It's going to go down to 0. And it's summer's coming. We're going to be fine.
Go down to 0.
Yeah, 0.
Just recently he did an interview where I talked to all other scientists. They want to know how I know so much about it. Folks, let me tell you, they told me everything about it. They said I got it better than anyone. I understand. We're doing the best we can. They were very impressed. I understood much. And I was like, I kept hearing him brag about how much he knew about it. And I was like, God damn it, dude. Don't talk. Well, he's not calling real shots as far as the disease. Well, maybe he is.
But. No. He had, like, a real health scientist, like, manning. Like, he was, like, the chief of the whole, like, the health movement for whatever this thing you're calling. And, like, he had the guy at the podium. And he's like, so I appoint Mike Pence. He's got some knowledge in this area.
Oh, God.
He's going to be the leader in this area. And the little guy is like, the chief guy was like, this doesn't mean that I'm replaced. I'm still, and then, like, all the reporters were like, did you just replace him? Is Mike Pence replacing him? And Trump is in the background going, and he walks off the stage.
Yeah, he doesn't answer. I love that's so good, man. That's like leadership. It's like,
it's fine. So this thing is festering in China, and China actually kind of shut it down. Their cases are decreasing slightly, maybe plateauing, and they built, like, a hospital within weeks. Like 2 weeks, they had this hospital built for like 1,000 people, and they built 16 of them. And they had these field hospitals they built, like, within a month. They actually had to shut one of them down.
Must be nice to get that kind of work. Must be nice to get that kind of work. That's all I'm saying.
I wish your hands were somehow smaller when you did that.
No, I wasn't doing a Trump impression. I was actually talking about just those workers. Like, that's goddamn, man.
Yeah. So they built it crazy fast. They had this stuff like, China's going to destroy us all. Maybe with this virus, we'll see.
No, I was going to say they're going to destroy themselves first.
Yeah. But, yeah, so this thing was festering. We had tons of time to, like, maybe prepare test kits. I don't know. That would be a smart move, right? Probably doesn't cost that much.
What's the deal on the test kit? We didn't want the one that was acknowledged by the WHO, or is it like American test kits? We wanted to make our own. So they needed like 6 months advance time or something like that, and they were like, yeah, we're going to make our own, because we didn't want to use a global one for whatever reason. And now we need test kits immediately. How do they test? Is it a swab? I think I read this. Nose?
They were doing like heat scans to, like, prevent people from coming in the country at one point. I heard we can do CAT scans on the lungs to see how the lungs are failing.
That sounds like an insurance nightmare.
Comprehensive, yeah. The insurance doesn't pay for that. We didn't plan for this.
How funny is it that it's happening in this country where we can't figure out our health insurance to even...
Our healthcare is destroying us.
We haven't even been able to do a healthcare episode. Yeah. The big one that keeps eluding us.
I can't wait for Trump to say, like, well, we should have healthcare. Everyone should have healthcare. I don't understand.
We should all have healthcare for free. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Wow. I don't know where, like, I think people are scared of the science, and this is what happens a lot, is that no one wants to hear from the scientist who says, like, oh, this is, like, there's a statistical probability that this is going to come to your country, your county, and your city, and, you know, X percentage of people are going to die. Like, no one wants to hear that. For some godforsaken reason. I love that statistic because it tells me what to prepare for.
The two things happened. 2 weeks ago, my parents, who never really travel abroad, I think my mom's been to Ireland and she's been to, like, Jamaica. My dad never goes on vacation because he has his own business and he never wants to go. He booked a flight They did a 10-day trip to Italy
When?
2 weeks ago.
Did they come back 2 weeks ago, or are they still there?
They were leaving 2 weeks ago.
Holy shit.
So literally 4 days before their flight, Italy was in the news, man. It was exploding all over Italy, and I kept getting notifications on my phone and texting my mother and being like, "Yo, you guys still going?" Italy, 2 days before their flight was supposed to leave on a Saturday or something like that, emailed them and said, "Hey, we're we're thinking of closing down a lot of tourist things. We're not sure yet. You can get full refund. You have to deal with the flight, talk with the people on the plane stuff." And my mom and dad thought about it for a while, and this whole thing hadn't really come to America yet. It was literally about 2 weeks ago.
Hmm.
So they said, my dad, because it was his business, he was not afraid of the coronavirus, but of either getting it or getting stuck in a plane and hitting quarantine and being stuck for 2 to 3 weeks, not being able to get to his business. Business is gone. So they canceled, and they were going with my aunt and uncle. My aunt and uncle said, "No, we're not canceling. This is all fear mongering. We're still going." So my aunt and uncle went to the airport the day of. They were literally an hour from takeoff, and their flight or their travel agent called them and said, "Hey, Italy is canceling all your stuff. You can't stay here. You have to cancel everything." And they were like, "What?" And the government gave them a full refund on their flight. And that day they changed the whole flight thing. So my parents would have been in Italy if it were 1 week earlier, and may not be back in this country. I have no idea.
So I guess the background on this, since this release was a little bit later, is that Italy was like the second country to shut everything down, like completely lock things down, because Italy has an older population, and it's hitting them rapidly, because they have
what the northern part is like a lot of older Italian. I think there's a lot of Italians there.
They had like 100 people die in one day.
Yeah, all Italians, I think.
Yeah. Italy has 12,000 cases, and they have 800 deaths right now. And that's second among every country except for China.
Wow, dude, that's a wild number.
You see Iran? Iran's number 3.
Is it? Iran?
Yeah. Their public health official, like their chief, he was on the news, sweating
and coughing.
coughing. He's like, "Everything's fine, guys. It's no one's infected."
Dead, or he has it? I forget.
He had it. He still has it. I don't know if he died or not.
Okay. He just got it. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Terrible.
He was spreading it to everybody because he was like shaking their hands and saying, "Oh, you're fine." No.
It's funny. We could be like, because this is released 6 months later or whenever the hell it's released. But no, I was talking about Donnie, our president. He just gave a speech tonight. Did you see him?
I didn't see the speech, but all of our presidential candidates
I
are
saw,
like 70
I saw
years
a couple
old.
clips. He looked sick as hell.
Oh,
How funny would that be if he has it?
Wouldn't be surprised.
I'm telling you, everything from China, terrible. And ironically, it got him. I mean, he's probably fine. Nothing will kill this guy.
I mean, you could hook him up to a respirator and keep him going.
Yeah, listen. If that's the other thing. Let's talk a little bit about the actual lethality of this.
Sure.
Mortality. What's the actual number right now? 3%? I don't even know. Which is high.
6%.
Or is it 3? Is it 6%? That's twice as high as I thought it was. And it's still not a high number, but it just doubled in danger for me in real life.
Yeah. So the confirmed cases, the death rate is 4.7% for males and 2.8% for females.
This virus raises a lot of questions.
Yes.
Now, you're looking at the stats. Is there anything about young people who've died?
Let me see the age. So, like, if you're under 10, no fatalities yet.
That's insane.
That's crazy. Usually these diseases, if you look at Spanish flu had a
tons of kids. More kids than anything else, right?
Yeah. It it was unique that usually viruses have this U-shaped where it's like high on the young age and then
on
like
the
old,
youth and then high in the old age. Correct.
Spanish flu had this like W shape. So like when people were, I guess, hit with a virus before, they became immune up to a certain age, and like when they hit that border, of like midlife when they're most
30,
virile and
40,
healthy.
45.
It was like the Spanish flu would just target those people and take them out.
Well, because they had never had anything like it before, I guess.
I guess so. I don't know. It's a quirk of the Spanish flu. But this is Spanish flu level. I think Spanish flu had like a 2% mortality or something, and normal flu has like a 0.2%. So this is like 10 or 20 times, maybe even 30 times more deadly than a normal flu. And people were brushing it off. So let's talk about the people like here talking about it. It doesn't mean anything because you don't know anybody. You're not worried about anything until it gets closer to you.
You don't know anyone, right?
So, my sister, I guess I just call my nephew is in class with somebody who went to this conference.
Oh.
Like their parents went to this conference.
And came back.
The people at the conference were from Italy, and those Italians were confirmed to have coronavirus.
Italians are trouble.
Yeah, those damn Italians.
Mm-hmm.
And then 70 people at that conference were confirmed to have coronavirus, and then they apparently it was like
70?
a dual. Yeah, it was like a dual conference, so people stayed for that first conference and then stayed the weekend, and then the next conference they like all met the same people again. So that shit's everywhere, and I guarantee that we're not testing enough, and it's gonna explode.
It will. It's inevitable. I think even if we tested and stuff, the way we live our lives, the way we interact with people, the way we go to conferences, sporting events, college, work, all these things, like it's going to explode. We would have to drastically change our lives. Do you
sanitizer with ages? We didn't so it's not affecting people like you and me. If I get it, I'm probably not going to die from it because it's really low. It's like a normal flu.
What'll it do? Just make you sick for like a week and a half?
Yeah. It'll take up to 2 weeks to show up, and then 80% of people have mild reactions to it, like a normal flu. But the other 20%, they probably get like hospitalized, and then of that 20%, it's like extremely lethal.
Fevers, weird.
People above like 80 years old, like you have 21.9% death rate.
Holy shit!
Yeah, so I'm thinking like I have grandparents that are over 80. It's like they get
old age homes, dude.
Yeah, well, that's what happened in Washington State. Is that it hit an old age home and killed 10 people.
Is that why they had 11 deaths like within the first week?
Yeah.
That's wild. I had no idea. Interesting. That makes sense now.
Yeah, someone reported it and they had no like connection to the virus. They thought they were just overblown.
Yeah.
Apparently the test is you only take swabs or blood or like any sort of like liquid from your body, and then I guess they multiply the virus until they like can check it under a microscope and they say, yeah, that's it. So it's not a hard test to complete. It's just they were restricting tests because they were, I guess, trying to weed out like the boy who cried wolf, like the people that are like, oh, I'm sick,
I might have it. Oh, I'm sick. Oh, I have it. Yeah. Especially old person home or something like that. Everyone's always sniffling. Winter. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's probably a problem with the younger population too. They're always snotty and everything.
Damn millennials.
No. I mean like 5 and under.
Oh, yeah. All those kids
are sick all year round.
Yeah, there's no way for you and I to avoid getting sick because our kids are always sick. They're always getting something from somebody else.
Here's a fucked up thing. Like, what if you know you had it? What would you do? Not go home?
Well, I don't know. Like, if you don't know the exact time you had it, if you could actually pinpoint, like, you got it immediately. No.
Even if you didn't know, or you did get it immediately, regardless, aren't you gonna not go home?
Are you not gonna live your life? Or are you gonna just?
No, I mean not go home. Like go somewhere for like 10 days.
Quarantine yourself away from everybody else.
Yeah, could you do that?
Can't. I mean, they say like just have a separate bathroom or separate room and just stay in that room, which is really impossible if you have kids, because your kids are gonna do whatever they want to do.
What I mean, what would you do? Because you really don't want them to get sick. I know there's no mortality rates and everything, but like that could change drastically on a dime if they all start getting it.
Yeah.
So, and my kid has asthma and stuff. Like, I don't want no. He's been hospitalized for like pneumonia, severe cold, severe flu. So.
Oh shit.
Right? Exactly. So if I got it, I guess I would have to. I don't know that I'd want to stay in the same house.
You set up the bucket right in the corner. And you
just live
shower right in that bucket.
and lock that door
Yeah.
and talk to him through the door? How weird would that be? Could I do that? It's fucked up.
Yeah. He's gonna feed you like shredded cheese under the door.
Here, Dad, I got this for you. He would draw me things and slide them under the door. Oh my God, dude, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life. That
30
hasn't
years
even
later,
happened.
he'll be like, "Still a virus, Dada. Still a virus. Still infected."
I'm surprised. You still talk the same way, Dominic. Thanks, Dada. I'm going to work. I'm going to make a poop at work. All right, that'll make me proud. Don't talk to anyone with the corona, buddy. My little buddy. Yeah.
So how do you get it?
How do you get it? So hold up. There's a lot of preventative shit going around, right?
Yeah. Don't touch
talk
people.
about the
Stay
preventative?
6 feet away. Wash your face. Don't touch your face. Wash your hands.
One of these? This will
Face
protect
mask
me
doesn't
from
help
corona,
you at
right?
all.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
You're
95%
actually
ineffective.
100% right. Do you know what they do? They sort of help sick people from spreading their germs because literally it's for the sick person to not spit or chew outwards.
Keep their droplets away from you.
Exactly. It doesn't affect droplets coming in at you because they don't have to come in through your nose or your face. I mean, they can come in your eyes, your ears, get on your skin, they're on your head, they're on your hair, you're moving your face around.
They said that for a normal flu virus, it infects 2 people. Like one person infects 2 people. This is infecting like 7 to 9 people per.
Is it more infectious then?
They said it can survive in the air, and if it lands on a solid object, it can survive for like 9 days on that object.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You're
right,
we're fucked.
Yeah, this isn't good. This isn't
it's
good.
not good. This is the super
because-
virus that we always like cooked up and.
So at work, in all my buddies at work, a lot of people have been sick. Has anyone been sick at your work? I know you are. Like, and it doesn't
I'm
have
the
to be
guy who
corona.
infected somebody. Not with corona though, because I don't have it. There's no way I have it.
How funny would it be if you have it? We did a whole episode on it, right? Anyway,
I don't want to test myself. I'd have to leave my house or something and maybe get infected by somebody else. I can't let somebody else infect me and then blame it on me for infecting them. It was their fault,
just saying,
not mine.
dude. Just saying. My at my work, there's like 24 reps or so, like 28 people that are in the first floor. I want to say 7 to 9 of them have been in and out sick for the past 4 to 5 days. Now, most of it isn't corona. What if one of them is?
What about stigma, though? What's your company doing? Are they shaming those people? Or are they saying, take off, don't come back?
No, they are. They're telling them to stay home. The one girl is a friend. So this is the other fucked up part. 2 of them are my really good friends, right? And they're leaving early, going home. I feel sick, all my stuff. We're moving cubicles. Like everyone has to like move all their stuff,
Away from the
their
infected?
personal stuff. No. They just happen to buy new cubicles. This is like months in advance.
Okay.
The problem is, the girl Kelly,
All her stuff.
she was told to stay home for a week and a half.
What do they do
She
with
has
her
more
stuff?
shit. It has to be moved because the cubicle is moving today. Guess who volunteered to do it?
You?
I did.
You do wear gloves?
Yeah, I did. No, I didn't.
9
I told
days.
everyone. Everyone.
9 days.
I didn't know this fact.
You
Anyway,
you're fucked, dude.
I might be because I did this yesterday, and they were like, "Hey, I'm not gonna touch it. I don't want to touch it." I was like, "Germs die in like a couple days. I'll do it." And they were like, "Are you really gonna do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it. I don't care." Because I also hate being on the phone and
Viruses are
selling.
different than germs. Bacteria.
Well, anyway, I moved all her stuff, put it all in a box, touched everything she owned, put it in the box, and wrapped it up and said, "I'm done." Fast forward to today when Daph came in and he felt sick, and he left at 8:15. Daph, when you left, you didn't pack up all your stuff. I was like, "I'll do it again. He just packed up all his stuff today.
You're gonna be the last guy in the office.
Well, I'm proving a point too. I'm also one of the few people who's not sick, and I just touched everyone's sick stuff. So
It's because it takes 2 weeks to incubate.
2 weeks is a long time. I feel like a virus doesn't really get in you and then 2 weeks later affect you. That's bullcrap. I think it's got to be like 4 days. If I don't get sick in 4 days, I will not get sick. I guarantee it.
They said 14 days.
That's
It's a stupid scientific fact. Stupid science. How can science be proven right? This is not.
Someone
this
look
is
it up.
Theory.
This
It
sounds
was
like
two
incorrect.
to 14 days is the incubation period.
Thank
They're
you. 2 to 14.
They're believing
No,
that it's
you're
actually
saying
longer though. That it can be almost 21 days before you show symptoms.
So hold up. I could be in the subway with someone, bump against them, get their virus, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
It can get on me, and then 20 days later, I start showing symptoms of it?
No. You don't even have to bump up against them. You could have touched the surface that they touched, or they could have breathed 6 feet away from you and gotten it.
It touched the metal rail, and
Yeah.
it wasn't copper or silver, whatever the hell the
Metallic surfaces can kill bacteria. I don't know if they can kill viruses, but they do over time. It's not an immediate death of a bacteria.
I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah. All the tests show that over like the course of hours, like
it will kill them, but not right away.
Yeah, it's like an exponential decay.
So I rode the subway bus Tuesday or something, and then 3 weeks later, I start getting sick. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
That's bullcrap, dude. I actually don't believe that. I will go to my grave and say I don't believe it.
That's what the science is saying.
And I'm telling you it's wrong.
What day did you touch all their stuff?
2 days ago and today.
Okay, so
or yesterday.
Had 2 weeks.
And what is this going to prove? If I get sick in 3 weeks, now I've been in an office where everyone else is sick too. Everyone's sick. They're coming in sick. They're leaving sick. Everyone's coming in. They're going to come back to work in 3-4 days.
Yeah.
What if I get sick from them? When they come back, how do we know?
You should.
I wish there was a way to
save
trace
your
this
blood.
thing.
Maybe you should save
Now?
jars of your blood.
Then we could test it in a week and see if it was from this incident or another incident.
Take vials of your blood whenever you touch somebody. You should go down around the office and like swab them.
Hey, how you
just
doing,
like
Evan?
pat them with swab. There
Hey,
you go.
can I borrow a hair?
Yeah.
That's the blood. Bring it.
Let's figure out who did it and when. You see like all these like little like vials, and you like have a giant chart of like time versus people versus like Kelly over there.
And my boss is knocking on the door, being like, "Are you gonna start working here?" And I'm like, "I'm busy." Do you want to get sick? I got HR right outside. You want me to get HR on you? I'm working.
Yeah. The scary thing is there's no vaccine. There's no cure.
Hold
for
on.
it.
Didn't you get sick? Call out sick, and then a day later the guy got sick?
Yeah. So
That's not 21 days. I'm just saying.
So, hey, I thought I had something. I think I have something from something else. And I worked half a day and was like, I don't feel great. So, a day later, he did say, I have these symptoms. I said, that's exactly what I had. And I think...
Then it's not from you.
But, there was a package from China. We do a lot of business from China. And I handled the package first, and then you gave it to him. And we both handled the same package. It could have been from that. Could have also been the delivery guy. Oh boy. What are those?
Fashion. Classic fashion. From
Asian?
Oh, it cost $9 for an entire jacket.
That's a pretty good deal.
The sizes, there were 17 sizes. Made in China. I can't tell where this is. Anyway.
I can't read it. Wait a second. Caraba?
Okay.
What does that say?
Sure.
It's too bright.
Oh, it says China.
Oh, there we go. Made in China. I can read it now. There you go.
Anyway.
Did you open that?
I ordered this. Not yet. I mean, there is a hole in it down here, so I've been exposed to it. What we're going to do is try on a jacket from China. Live from the podcast. $9. Okay, folks?
I waste our time. I thought I saw little foxes on there or something.
Ooh, large. Right? That's good.
It looks like something like a robe from the 70s. Like
Hold on.
Like Ron Jeremy would wear it.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, to prove I'm not afraid of viruses at all.
Fall camo.
I figured orange is yeah, I loved orange. This is already a bad sign, dude. This is not going to fit.
The Asian sizes are...
Good Lord. Holy crap.
You know it doesn't fit. Why even try? Look at those sleeves, man. Oh, that's
This
so
is so
tight.
large.
You look like
God
you have tinier
damn
muscles
it.
for some reason in a small jacket.
God dang. Wait a minute. The zipper's on the left.
Girl's jacket.
Is it a girl's jacket? Anyway, it looked cool like a guy's jacket. Anyway,
That's why it
I
has
will
different
prove a point.
sizes.
Maybe, but it's a large. I mean, hey, oh my God, my chest is even too big for it. That's never happened in my life. Sup? Hey, podcast, sign up. Use coupon code Corona to get free gear from China. Oh my God,
I'm
this is
shaking my head
terrible.
right now.
Oh shit, it just ripped.
Good thing it was only $9.
Oh, listen.
Like they
Damn.
You're trying.
I swear to God, there were 2 rips. Yeah. No, I'm not trying, but.
It looks like you're wearing.
Oh yeah.
Like
You hear
little
that?
foxes or those really annoying yappy dogs.
Oh shit. Oh no.
I can't believe that. Oh man, that ripped entirely. It's amazing that they can make and ship. Was the shipping free?
Yeah, everything was included. $9 for this whole thing.
Can make and ship that to you for $9.
I also. It was packaged, made, and shipped before the coronavirus really went viral. That's why I would do this on air, live. And I mean, I didn't think it through 100%, but.
You know, they say
I ripped it.
the way the Spanish flu spread was through a wartime because they're in trenches. They're also shipping horses across the sea. So man and horse became one via Spanish flu virus.
I've seen a few DVDs that say otherwise. That's good.
Yeah. So, and then once it spread to port cities and I guess airport cities now. Mainly the people who handle the packages and shipping. So if it sat at a port for a while, there's a good chance that someone handled it that was infected.
But it also, no, a better chance that it was handled because it's been sitting there for 3 months. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you probably have it. Don't worry.
Anyway, there's a couple precautionary tales. So we talked about the mask. Everyone's buying these friggin' masks. You literally can't buy enough masks. I think the CDC or someone released a statement that was like, masks don't help that much. Stop.
They're only 5% effective, so you have to wear 20 of them, apparently.
So, you know how my parents were going to Italy?
Yeah.
A week and a half ago, whenever it was? They weren't, but I had already taken off from my job to work at my old job.
Oh, yeah?
Where we sell gloves, bleach, hand sanitizer, hand soap.
Biggest week ever.
It was one of the busiest weeks ever. Dude, gloves, latex gloves, nitrile gloves, stuff like that, flying off the
Did you
shelf.
overcharge? I hope you'd triple charged them.
We may have charged a little bit more, but my father doesn't believe in gouging. No, really. Like, I'm talking like 5% more or something. Like, we just raised the price once.
You should have gouged.
I tell him all the time, but he says you'll lose customers, you'll make people not trust you. We deal with the same customers every week to week, so we didn't. Tissues went bonkers. People were buying the shit out of it. I know we made the joke about toilet paper. We didn't sell out of toilet paper, but I had 2 stops who usually buy like half a case of toilet paper. They were like, give me 2 cases in case something goes wrong. And I was like, excuse me? And they're like, in case something goes wrong.
Yeah.
And I gave them, 2
I went
cases
to
of toilet
Costco
paper.
today and they didn't have any toilet paper.
Really?
No toilet paper.
I gotta call them up and tell them to gouge. The other thing I ran out of? Bleach.
Yeah, Clorox.
Bleach is going nuts. And the number one item that's going insane to the point where I sold out of my entire inventory.
Wipes.
And then have close. Wipes are number 2. Clorox wipes I sold out of, but I can get more. Hand sanitizer.
Yep. I always have
What
this stuff.
percent is that bad boy? What percent? 70?
Oh,
60?
let me see. Why doesn't it specify?
It should.
70%.
Okay, you're
I'm
okay.
covered.
You're fine.
I'm covered
You're
in it.
fine.
It's all over my
The
body.
sold out of hand sanitizer and sold have a
Wash your
back order
hands.
of maybe 10 times more than I've ever sold before. Like like 50 cases.
Hand
Usually I
sanitizer?
sell one case. Yeah, usually I sell one case a week. I started selling a case here, case here, case here, 2 cases. Someone wanted 5 cases. Someone wanted 3 cases. Someone wanted 2 cases. I was like, you guys never get hand sanitizer. They're like, we're just needed just in case.
They're upselling. They're gonna sell to somebody else.
No, no, they're the end user. Like it's a battered women's shelter. They're not
Oh,
selling to anyone else. Like they're like a soup kitchen. Like those people aren't reselling. I know it's if they have enough, they're smart enough, they could eBay it, I guess. But here's the thing: manufacturers don't have enough. Right now, I can't buy more to sell it because of this scare, I guess you call it.
yeah.
So, how do you feel about that situation where there's a scare on an item or items and people go nuts on it? It feels weird. Some people start gouging prices, some people don't have it, some people it's I also put it this way. It feels weird to me because I don't believe in running to go get an item because everyone's buying it. I also feel a little worried that if I don't buy it, it won't be available for a long time.
So I don't like rushing to do the same thing.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's like dishonest, but there's people that freak out and they hoard all this stuff. And then by the
Toilet
time
paper.
you go to
Let's just
get
go with
it,
toilet paper.
it just doesn't, yeah. Toilet paper, I went to my local store
Costco.
after Costco
Hmm.
and the aisle was mostly empty. There was only like 10%, I would say, of the normal stock left. And I just grabbed a couple and I was like, I'm fine. I already prepare for this stuff, not like it's gonna happen. I'm like not doomsday bunkerish,
Doomsday prepper.
but
Yeah.
I just buy an extra one because I'm gonna use it eventually.
Yeah, it's well, those are commodities that don't go bad. I
Yeah,
literally buy like laundry pods, toilet paper, paper towels, that kind of stuff because it's A, not going to go bad, and B, I'll need it. And then can you imagine if it's a shitty day, it's rainy, snowy
you
out, I
don't
don't
want
want
to
to
do
go
it.
out and get it?
Yeah,
Like, yeah, nice. So
exactly.
I agree with you. Good
Yeah,
move.
you don't want to take a dump and then like not have toilet paper in the entire house. Like that's terrible.
No, 100%. I agree with you.
So I have like a jug of this stuff, antiseptic downstairs.
Oh,
Like
you down to one?
yeah, a jug, one jug, only one jug. I
Wait, you
also
got
have
a
the
gallon? Wait, you're a
antibacterial
gallon?
soap. Yeah, I'm fine. I already had a jug of that. Toilet paper, I had like a whole thing of it.
Yeah.
I was pretty much prepared. The BZK, you know what BZK wipes are? It's antiseptic
Is that
wipes. BZK
okay?
is
That's fine. That's a disinfectant
colonium
wipe.
chloride. I had like hundreds of
Oh,
those for whatever reason. And like
hmm.
so I just like was like finally I can use these things after like 10 years.
Curious for an individual to have so many of those wipes.
So prepared.
Almost
Like he was
serial killer-esque. I got some wipes. If you want to come to my house.
I liked going like the people. That's another thing. It's like going to Costco. People were walking a little faster. And everyone was a little heightened, a
Oh
little
no,
crazed.
that's crazy, dude. I love that. Okay, so this literally ties into what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't believe in the panic. I don't believe in rushing to buy all this shit that the media tells you to buy.
yeah.
But at the same time, I live in the real world, and if all of that stuff is selling out because people are panicking, and I need it, like I would go get it.
Hmm.
Like I need it too.
And then
Like
like, oh, there's none
uh,
left.
God damn it.
She's
And it's
making.
almost like I'm inconvenienced to have to panic with people. Like I'm not panicking. Does that make sense?
Yeah, there's hermits that have
It's just
not
weird.
dealt with society and they're out full force
Oh,
right
they're
now.
buying. They're buying. And the people who are panicking are buying 10 cases of this and that. And I'm like, the only reason I'm buying is because you are all panicking and making me buy because I'm worried that I won't be able to get it later. Like I'm a logical panicker. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm like,
And
God damn it, you guys are buying up all the stock. You stupid idiot, stop panicking. Now I have to buy extra because it might be
mm-hmm.
sold out for a week.
Uh oh.
Someone
She's telling you didn't wash your hands. You better wash your hands, Nick.
better wash my hands. Do you do 30 seconds?
I'll talk by myself for 30 seconds.
Do you?
30
Why do you
seconds
wash your hands?
wash? Oh. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
No.
about.
Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm more like a 15-second time.
Have you ever in your life washed your hands for 30 seconds?
Probably not. I just wash until the soap comes off.
Yeah, at least you're pretty honest about that. That's a pretty good observation.
Do you wash your
Yeah,
hands at all?
I do after I poop.
Just after poop, and then
Yeah.
shower every other day ish.
Every At this rate, I'm 4 to 5 times a week, right?
Oh
I could
no!
say on the upside,
Tipping
I'm
the
5 times a
scales.
week,
Tipping the
maybe
scales.
4. Some weeks it's 5, some weeks it's 4.
Hmm.
So that's like 1.5 days. Let's not say 2. Let's
Yeah.
not say that. So would you say I'm going to get corona 100% based on some of the information I've given tonight? Based on the jacket I'm wearing, it doesn't fit. Based on my hand washing abilities and habits, based on the cubicles I've cleaned. So I'm 100% getting it.
Probably.
Okay. I'm not worried about the actual virus. What I am worried about is like,
Other people. The
yeah,
people
I
you
mean,
love.
what if I do give it to my kid?
You wouldn't know because it takes 14 days.
Good Lord, it doesn't take 14
Couldn't
days. It would
blame
show
you.
3 to 5. Okay.
They're saying 14 days, man.
I,
But the other thing is the effect on travel, the stock market,
well,
things
that's
getting shut
insane.
down.
It's getting real.
They shut down the Houston rodeo, which is
That's a big deal.
that's a big deal. That has
I
like
was just gonna say.
tens of thousands of people per day, every day, and like every day of March. So that's like literally shutting
So
it
what do
down
they
is
do?
saying
Cancel
like
it?
that's like
What venue? Here's a question. What venue is it at?
so that's at NRG Stadium, which is the Texans Stadium.
Okay.
They open up the outdoor and they make the outdoor area all carnival, and then they have convention center next to it that they have open animal like petting and all sorts of stuff.
What happens to the people that work these events?
I don't know, but that's $1 billion event. They just
Yeah.
lost probably like $400 million by shutting it down early.
That's insane.
Apparently, somebody had tested positive for coronavirus from the
Oh.
beginning, because there's a barbecue at the very beginning when they open it up, and that person must have infected God knows how many people on that first night.
How do you know any of those people haven't interacted with you already?
I don't. I
That's
don't
weird.
know who they are, and they don't know who they are. This is like the perfect virus, like cooking up a perfect virus for spreading and taking out 5% of the human race.
You mentioned it in the intro. That game
Yeah,
that we've all
Plague.
played. Have you played Plague Inc? Is it called Plague Inc?
I think it's
or
called Plague. It might be. I think there's a version
Plague.
called Pandemic too, which is now this is a pandemic.
Well, Plague.
Called
Same game.
Plague.
The coolest part about Plague was you could mutate your virus and make it immune to certain things, or be able to infect people in
Transmissible through other
dude.
mediums.
It's more susceptible in wet climates. It's more susceptible in hot climates.
Mm-hmm.
It's mutated to be harder to discover by scientists. You can make it gene hardening, where the cure is harder to create. And I friggin' love that game.
It's a great game.
It's one of the few mobile games, I played it on my phone, that I've played
Since like 10 years
10
ago.
years. Yeah, I played it 10 years ago. I probably played it 8 years ago. I probably played it 5 years ago. I played it this year. I probably played it 2 years ago. I just pick it up occasionally and just play it and just have a good time. And it's fun. And it's funny. It's a little tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
But I think it infects countries, what's the friggin' word?
Contiguous?
Exponentially.
Exponentially, yeah.
Like it does
Except for
the exponential math.
Madagascar and Ireland and Greenland.
Well, because
Iceland.
they're islands. They're islands.
Yeah.
And they're
Isolated.
yes.
They don't have to deal with as
Now,
many
if you
idiots.
increase your livestock and your cold ability, guess what?
Hardiness.
Boom.
Yep. Through the roof.
Yeah, cold hardiness, correct. Wild stuff.
So what happens? We're in March, recording.
Mm-hmm.
How far does this go? How many people does it infect in the U.S. before things get better?
My actual logical answer and best guess is that we find a way to treat people who have this virus to the best of our ability, and that most people who get affected, we can, here, I'll put it this way, we decrease the mortality rate with hospital care. So it's down to like 1% die, which is still a high number, still bad. Kids don't seem affected by it, which is so far the history, and I assume the future. I don't know this for a fact. And that we kind of all go back to our daily lives in 3 to 4 weeks, a little bit, with a little heightened awareness.
Passes it by.
Kind of. And then it's kind of like we're aware of it and people have it, and we're a little heightened. Oh, like we're afraid of it, but not terrible. We're not going to work. People are going back to work. No one's taking off for the coronavirus. You hear about cases still here and there, but we're not terribly frightened of it. And I don't know, we move on with our lives.
Do people treat a snow day as more serious than this coronavirus?
Where? Here in America?
If you're where you live right now, Philadelphia. I think people treat a snow day as something more serious. Or at least like, oh, I don't have to go to work.
It's in between, because I feel like a snow day is just for the day. Like everyone knows a virus is like weeks long, or like could be life or death. Right.
So we're at.
You raise a good point. It's like flavor of the week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How high does that get? So there's logic here.
Dude. Okay, go ahead.
That as it gets hotter and more humid, they did a study for different temperature ranges. So if it's like under 68 and it's not that humid, like 20% relative humidity, like the virus can transmit pretty well. Regular coronavirus. Coronavirus is a flu virus, not this particular coronavirus, COVID-19. So
it's not a flu?
It's a flu virus, but I'm just saying they haven't tested this particular one.
Oh, in this case. Okay. An average flu virus, though, would be transposed in.
Yeah, once it hits 68 degrees and like 80% relative humidity, which is springtime coming closer, probably more like May for you, it becomes very hard to transmit because it will just die.
Wow.
And something about the moisture and the heat doesn't react well with the outer shell of the virus.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. In certain climates, it's like the change of temperature in colder climates can kill the virus. But if you're in a humid tropical, subtropical climate, for some reason the virus already like is sustained in that area, in that region.
That any change thereafter
doesn't bother it. Yeah.
Fair.
So, what I'm saying is that come May, this virus won't be transmissible, and it will probably fade away. But up until maybe mid-April, the cases are probably going to hit, I would say it's going to hit like 100,000 people. Just the way we're ignorant and just like running into people, and just like Americans cannot be quarantined.
No, not at all. We're stupid. We're very much going to be communal. We very much won't sanitize or wash our hands after we pee, ever. Here's my thing, though. The mortality rate, I think, will go down as more confirmed cases with younger people, like our age group, will get it and then be okay. Like, do you know what I mean?
We'll have it. We'll have had it.
Yeah, 100%. We'll have had it. Past perfect.
We'll have had it.
Because think about this. How many people have it and don't die, but it might not be documented?
Yeah. It's the same thing with the flu, though. How many people get the flu and don't go to the doctor and get documented as a flu case?
A little bit. I agree with you. But I want to say you have the flu. I guess you would know you have the corona. I don't know.
I don't know that if I have the coronavirus right now, I would think like it doesn't match up with shortness of breath or what was the other one? I definitely have a fever. The other was
fever, shortness of breath, and coughed.
I haven't coughed at all. It's not respiratory.
Incredible.
You know the Spanish flu, the way it would kill people it would actually like destroy their lungs. It would
asphyxiate them.
Yeah. Ooh. The blood would pour into their lungs along with like the pus from the virus, and then just asphyxiate them. Yeah, they
pretty sweet.
Drown on their own fluids.
Pretty sweet.
Pneumonia. So another interesting fact is that Spanish flu came in waves. There were like 3 or 4 main waves of the Spanish flu. and it lasted years. And this virus isn't going anywhere. So May timeframe, people are going to think we're in the clear, cases are dropping, we're healing everybody,
So it's
everyone's
going to
good.
September.
September, October, when it turns cold again, humidity drops. People who are still infected, maybe they're immune.
Well, here's a question for you.
Reemerge.
So SARS, similar virus.
Yeah, but
also similarly didn't affect children. Is that weird?
Strange. But SARS was far more deadly, I think, but less transmissible.
I agree. Regardless of the facts. No, I agree with you. But regardless of the facts, SARS, do you think it's still infecting people nowadays? Or isn't? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we talk about these diseases. How about avian flu? How about swine flu? Remember that one?
Yeah. Was swine flu... I wish there was a comparison of SARS. There probably is. SARS, swine flu.
There probably is. Swine flu. Was it avian flu? A1N1? Which one was that? Was that swine?
Swine flu is H1N1, but I think the type is H1N1.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Spanish flu was also an H1N1 virus.
Oh, okay. That's kind of the name of a subset of virus.
Yeah, and it's kind of a weird thing that like the Spanish flu didn't disappear. It's just something that we became immune to.
That's weird to me.
Yeah.
So it's an epidemic. It's killing millions, and all of a sudden, 10 years later, you're like, oh yeah, some people get it, but it's not a big deal.
So this is the weirdest part, right?
Ooh.
This is in terms of chronological order. Year identified from the start. Ebola, 1976, 33,000 cases, 13,000 deaths. Fatality rate of 40%. Right?
Wow.
Ebola's horrible.
That's nuts. Ebola's nuts.
Yeah. SARS, 2002, 8,000 cases, 774 people died. Lethality, 9.6%.
That's a high lethality, but a low infection rate.
Yes. MERS, 2012, 2,400 cases, 800 people died, 34% lethality. So these viruses, like, they have a higher lethality, which is if you've played Plague,
and you kill too fast,
yeah,
you can infect everyone.
COVID-19 stats are a little older. 121,000 people, 4,000 deaths.
It's already eclipsed everyone in infection, right?
That's the insane part, is that of the viruses in the last 50 years, this thing has already moved faster than all of those.
But is not lethal.
3.8%.
By nearly as much. I mean, the other one was 40, the other one was like 20-something. That's ridiculous. This is 3. Do you think 2 spread, it has to be less lethal? Think about it.
Yeah, it does. It has to
be
able to survive in the air and on objects and have an incubation period of 2 weeks.
So this is incorrect. Is the perfect virus something that can infect quickly and spread, widespread, and not be too lethal? It's like 20% death rate. Like, oh, hell yeah, that's a sweet spot, baby. That's like a Ken Griffey Jr. swing. It's like, oh, 18% kill rate? Yeah, that's sign me up. And the virus is super spreadable, you know?
Yeah, do you remember SARS?
Not really. I mean, I remember the hoopla, but I don't remember details.
High school? I had a job where one of the guys had like a really bad lung infection it was not SARS, but he always joked that it was SARS.
Because he would always be coughing.
Yeah.
I got SARS. I got the SARS.
But like that was serious back then, and 8,000 cases seems like nothing. Like that's.
I know. Isn't that insane? 8,000.
Yeah. For the amount of hoopla that it generated.
Hoopla. We're just using hoopla.
Hoopla. Foofaraw.
The what?
The Foofaraw.
No, I don't know that word.
You serious? Know that word?
Is that like a hoopla? But I've never heard Foofaraw. Are you serious?
Yeah, Foofaraw. Oh, sorry. A great deal of fuss or attention given to a minor matter. All this hoopla and Foofaraw. That's what the title of this episode should be. Hoopla and Foofaraw coronavirus COVID-19.
I'll put it in the spreadsheet. Okay.
Oh shit! I feel like there's one other point. There's
We
something else.
do. All right. Infection, spread, supply and demand, things to stop it.
Vaccine. I don't know when they'll come up with a vaccine.
Oh,
I think that's
that is interesting.
probably months away. They have to do animal trials, human trials. They actually have to generate the biological thing that grows.
Use it on pangolin. Who cares?
Yeah.
Those
They
animals are stupid.
trace the source. Yeah. So we might actually have a vaccine in the October timeframe. So they better hurry the hell up because Spanish flu, that thing. What was the percentage of
Yeah, what was
Spanish?
the mortality rate though? That's different. It's a whole different game.
I heard it like it didn't take out like 2 or 3% of the entire world. Infected 500 million people and killed 20 to 50 million people.
That's hardcore.
That's bad.
Dude, this thing is nothing on that. Dude, SARS is a joke compared to the Spanish flu. Think about it.
Wait. I remember looking this up and I thought Spanish flu had like a 2% death rate.
Sounds like a 10.
What is 3.8% times the population of the Earth?
What are we for? Well,
You're gonna have to do
now
math.
or then?
We're like 8 billion people, so it's 8 billion people
No, but it
times.
was. I was gonna say now or then, but that's fine.
Mortality rate, Spanish flu. I thought it was like 2%. 2.7% of the world population.
0.2, 8 billion,
Um,
1.6 billion people dead. No. Oh, it has to be one. It's probably 160 million.
times. Wait. True. Oh shit, that's 300 million people. Long silence there.
Because I did the math wrong.
Yeah, but 3.8% of 8 billion people is 300 million people.
That is a lot of people.
That's a lot.
Here's an even crazier question. I have grandparents, relatives, friends, people who are sickly, have cancer, bad immune systems. I don't want any of them to die. But if that many people died, would it actually be bad for the Earth?
This is a Thanos theorem.
I know, a little bit, and I thought of that, and I thought of
Social Security.
we did an episode on no, no, we did an episode on like overpopulation.
Yeah.
Would it be bad overall?
Natural causes. People who already lived their life.
And again, I wouldn't want this to happen. I'm just saying, if it happens, what's the positive?
Do you still have grandparents alive? No?
I do.
You have one?
One grandparent left, my grandmother, on my mom's side. I also have a 94-year-old friend who still drives to work every day. I just saw him when I went back to A&E, and his reaction was priceless. I walked in and recorded him, and he said he was cutting something with scissors, and he said, "What the hell are you doing here?" And he yelled at me in Italian or whatever. But if he got it, he would totally die. I wouldn't want that. There's a lot of people. I mean, I know people with cancer who are like really bad who probably would pass. I don't want them to pass. I don't want anyone to pass. But if 3 point something percent of the population died, would it probably
It's
be
likely
a
to be
net
them. Yeah.
net
What would
positive
life be like?
for
That
the
would be
world?
the thing that killed everyone's grandparents. Really.
Yeah.
We would talk about
Which
it
well,
when
friggin'
we're grandparents.
Spanish flu. We talked about the whole U shape
curve.
or the W. I mean, those are the people that died. A lot of grandparents, a lot of kids, a lot of in
Middle of
betweens.
life, yeah.
But I mean, is it all bad? Is it all good? It's something in between, I guess.
No, it's mostly bad.
I don't know, dude.
We can all blame China.
That is ultimately what I take away from this episode. Blame China. Here's a picture of the virus. I actually have a close-up of it right
It's
here.
like a bunch of barrels, like revolvers.
No, with wire and cable? No.
It looks like you're trying to shoot like 9 revolvers at once.
By the way, the new Doom game comes out soon.
Oh, it does? Oh, man.
Listen. You played it, right?
I have not played the new Doom.
No, the 2016.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I played that.
I know you did.
Deeper and deeper.
Just,
did we cover everything? Do you think
we can't cover everything. There's fake news.
we can?
There's disorders. There's what's happening to you. What would you do if you were diagnosed with? There's 100 billion different things we could do with
Would you stay quarantined?
COVID-19. I guess if I had to, what would I do though?
Doom. 20.
I played Doom 2016 again on Nightmare. I might try and just get good at Nightmare.
Yeah. I've been sick and I've been home for the past couple days. I slept a shit ton, which I feel normal now because I hadn't slept very much. But
You sound like shit. You do a horrible podcast, partner. I mean, you're terrible.
That's atrocious. All this foofaraw.
Fuck.
Yeah. But
I get it.
I don't think,
Looking at returning some merchandise, actually.
I don't think we as Americans can stop working. I think if you tell us to stay home for a week, we'll be like, yeah, but not really. We have to come in like a few days, right? And be like, no, stay home. It'd be like, I'm gonna show up anyway. Like, I'm working because I'm here.
Here's the weird part. Everyone in my office is sick. I have more sick days left than everyone there. I have 17 days.
How do you use 17 sick days?
They give us a whole bunch, and I carried over from last year. And I don't know what to do with them because when I'm away, like I don't get shit done. Like
Those are vacation days, Nick. Wink.
I know, but so I just here's the worst part. I just worked 3 days at another job. Here, let this be on the record. It's called double dipping. I got paid from my job, took vacation days, and worked at another job and get paid. Hey IRS, check that shit.
Yeah, it's what's it called? It's called working 2 jobs, Nick, because making ends meet. Is that what it's called?
No, double dipping because I was working both jobs at the same time. It's illegal.
But you needed to.
Oh. But I did to help my sick mom with her sick disease. Please donate here. Hey, anyone listening, if you want to donate to our Patreon, it will greatly help our disease prevention clause. Would you agree?
Disease prevention clause. The writing of our clause.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just taking advantage of people's money at that point. All your money will
Not
go to
really.
Nick because he needs to get a real jacket that maybe costs more than $9. He can go to a real shop, talk to real people who will fit him properly.
Oh no!
And it
That just went to hell.
looks like he has like foxes and marmosets and maybe like a like that thing on your right chest. Like it looks like a dog. Like that thing, whatever that thing is.
It's kind of
It's
cool.
my grandmom's dog right there.
You like it.
It's like a Rorschach for animals.
It's Rorschach for animals. The guy who says, "You're locked in here with me." So, we're gonna have to sum it all together. We're gonna have a link to this coat if you guys want to get into it. We're gonna have a link to this coat. Use coupon code on Panders. There you go. We're gonna use coupon code on Panders. You're gonna be able to link at the bottom. You can be able to do whatever you want. We're gonna give you a $5 discount. You're gonna be able to get a jacket, coat. You're gonna be able to do whatever you want.
We won't be able to ship that to you for $4, so you have to pick it up yourself.
So you need to do your own shipping. Regardless, we want everyone to start using sanitizers. Be safe. We want people to
Wash their
share their
hands for
stories.
30 seconds. You better
Wash your hands
count
for
it
30
out.
seconds. If you're pissing.
And pooping.
Yeah. No, just even if you're pissing. Take a leak, you're about to leave the room, and someone says, "Hey, buddy, you gonna wash your hands?"
If you want to just go
You're
wash
like,
your
"I'm so
hands, go
sorry."
wash your hands. You don't have to empty any fluids.
You can just go to the bathroom and wash your hands for 30 seconds. 30 full friggin' seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What does this
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for bearing with us. If you're watching this from home and everyone in the world has corona, we're sorry.
Yeah. We didn't do it. China did, but
China did it.
Yeah.
Giant. Thanks for tuning in. We like you personally. We like your government-ish.
Yeah.
We like a lot.
It's gonna wreak havoc. But we like you. Stay safe.
Woo.
Wear
Wash
protection.
them hands, folks.
Good night.